This week on Business Mike, the business of animation. My guests today are Raymond and Robin. They are the founders of Creatures, an animated company based in Kampala, Uganda. In this episode, we chat about the challenges involved in the animation industry in Uganda, as well as their upcoming animated short called A Kalabanda Ate My Homework. All this and more next on Business Mike.
You're listening to the Business Mike podcast, amazing interviews with inspiring entrepreneurs. For more amazing interviews, go to www.businessmike.com or download our podcast every Monday from Pod Africa.
Welcome back to part 2 of this interview with the team from Creatures. So you guys have obviously watched a lot of animations. I'm going to put you two guys on the spot. Which animation for you
this answer
stood out? Like, what's your favorite animation? You're like, this thing, maybe it's the one that made you actually get into animation.
Oh, one that got me into... Okay.
No. Just be honest about it.
Before I answer that question, I just have to state this. Actually, I think the answer...
We talked about this already.
The truth is that we love anime. Do you know anime?
Yes.
Anime, we skew very Eastern. We skew very Eastern more than we do Western.
Yeah.
We love Western animation.
Like, sure, we love Lion King and the Toy Stories and all.
The Disney movies.
But that's not going to be the answer that you're going to get today.
Most people want that answer.
Personally, because anime is some amazing stuff, and the things that they dare to do with their stories and sometimes the visuals that they do, they... Like Raymond was saying just before we got into this, they love to take risks. Yeah, risks that people in the Western world are sort of afraid to do. Sort of. Some of them aren't, but can't put them on the same bracket. But my best animated show would be a show called Hunter x Hunter. It's an anime. I don't know if you know it.
I've heard of it. Yes,
you should really watch it.
And ignore that intro song. Whoever is hearing this, ignore that intro song. Just keep on watching, man. That show is some amazing.
Are they paying you to promote it?
No.
So what's good about it? Is it the animation or is it the story?
Yeah, the funny thing is this, if I may just cut in, I'll say that I have never viewed animation as animation, right? I think that the responsibility of animation is not the technical achievement, but it is to do whatever it takes to tell the story. So anime is so simplified in most parts of their episodes, right? They don't even animate that much, but the stories are so compelling. That's why they have a huge fan base. And we're trying to approach our whole animation also from the same perspective. So the things that Hunter x Hunter, if you'd ask me that, because it's also my favorite one. And recently, I just watched it last year and it blew all the other things I'd watched out of the water. It's the fact that the writer, right? The writer and the creator of Hunter x Hunter, he just makes some of the boldest choices in writing that I've ever watched, right?
He just goes for it.
It's like one season of the anime is completely different from another season of the anime, and yet it's so coherent, and yet he can completely ignore his main character in an entire season. And he takes a side character and he's so compelling. Then he comes back. It's almost like Game of Thrones. You know how Game of Thrones is not in terms of the story, but I mean in terms of the way it's written. Have you ever read a Game of Thrones book?
Yeah, I've watched the series.
Okay, so Game of Thrones, they do it from this, I've forgotten the technical term, but where they follow let's say Arya, then they follow, Theon Greyjoy, right? But the thing is that there's so many compelling characters that you're like, oh my god, I really want to know what Arya is doing. So Hunter x Hunter does this kind of thing whereby you think this is the main character. Okay, actually he is the main character. But then an entire season he's taking a back seat. And the story they're telling, you're like, I think this could have easily been the show, right? And then you're like, when you're just getting engaged in that, he stops that guy, goes to another guy, and you're like, oh my god, this is still working, yet it's so compelling, right?
Okay, my friend, let's talk about Kalabanda Ate My Homework.
Okay, yeah.
And then, my god, the character in Kalabanda Ate My Homework.
Yeah, that time will come. Right now we have a trailer, right? That time will come, right? But that's what inspires us, right? Yeah. And I think it's that challenge to actually get stories that make you binge watch to that level that anime does, right? Because people binge watch those things like crazy. Yeah. And if we could get stories like that.
There's no one I know that watches anime and says, once in a while, either you're addicted, you're full, or you're not.
Yeah, there's no middle ground, right? You see, you easily go from pressing play to just finishing the entire thing. So like, if we can go down that route as well, that would be crazy.
But don't get it wrong. We don't watch animations like you say, animation to do animation, because no, we watch everything. We watch film, TV. By TV I mean the series and all those things, like you said, Game of Thrones.
It's all the same. For me, I feel like animation is a wrong term. Film. It's just all film.
You just encompass everything. Whatever is good is good.
Even reading, actually.
Yeah. Whatever is good is good.
Yeah.
So any form of storytelling, audio, visual, whatever.
Yeah. That's the thing. I feel like it is storytelling first, then animation.
Actually, we are storytellers first.
Yeah, storytellers first. Whatever.
Animation is a means.
Yes, it's the medium of communication, right? It's like if you made us come here and tell me a story about this chair. Right? This isn't animation, but probably I could just try to do something, right? You see? Like, so, yeah, that's basically, I hope you're not going to challenge me to actually tell you a story about this chair.
No,
right?
no, not at all.
Because I could.
Could make a short trailer, The Chair That Sat.
The chair that's
a very, it seems like it would be very artistic.
Copyright.
Just write down that stuff.
And Robin, just don't let him see you, just write that stuff down.
I'm writing it down.
The chair that sat.
Right, so, with regards to the animation industry, particularly in Uganda, are there any challenges you've faced? Because there might be people listening to this that maybe want to jump in, or people that are already into the industry. Maybe they can learn from your experience. What challenges do you face, and how have you overcome some of them, if any?
Lack of skilled labor.
Number one.
It is a reality, right? It is not, first thing that people have to understand is that I'm not saying that it is impossible for you to work hard and get there. But it's important for you to realize that you have to work hard to get there. You understand? And so the thing is that when I came back, right? My aim when I went to study was to understand how a film is made. That's the thing. Just come back with this bunch of skills from 0 to 100. And then when you came back, just face the reality that there are not many skilled people around. And all we can ask for is for people to be enthusiastic, right? Have the passion and the drive and the patience, because this is I think it's one of the, you have to be really patient with this stuff, right? Sometimes like the thing that worked on the other shot just doesn't work on the next shot and you don't understand why, right? But then you're like, just have the patience to just see it through.
That's short, S-H-O-T.
Yeah.
You might be thinking about a short film.
No, this short.
Although
like
it also does apply.
Yeah. And I think the thing is that the challenges that we face is skilled labor, and how we've overcome it is that, man, personally, I came back, I did not mize my knowledge, right? Anyone who was willing to learn has learned, evidenced by a trailer, right? Because it's not like it's only me who could do it. 2 years ago, probably I was the only one in the company who could do those things. Now, 2 years later, you can't tell the difference between my shot and the person who was trained. Right? And that's an achievement, you see. So the thing is that we're just trained people. That patience, just train them and give them time to actually learn, you see. Because I think people try to rush.
Yeah.
They try to rush. They feel like they can do the animation in 1 week.
And he does a tutorial.
Yes.
Download the rig.
That's actually a mistake I made on the movie I made. And it took me quite a while. Mine was a bit long. It was 1 hour, 50 minutes. Arms of Clay, that's what it's called. And I'd wake up every day at 7 and I sleep at midnight for 4 months in a row. Every day, Monday to Sunday, every day. I was doing it by myself. And looking back on it now, there's so many things I could have, improved. But it was the very first piece of work I did. And I appreciated that. Number one, teamwork. You can't get far without.
That's actually our number one drive. The thing that I usually say when we're introducing a company, and I didn't say this, say the creatures, even our name is plural, right? Like we were just thinking about the fact that it's always the team. Like we face that reality. That if you don't have the team, we're not going to go anywhere because there are very few teams around. You see, most people are just like one guy in a room, or then the extent of a team is 3 people, right? And we faced that reality a long time ago.
Our team is going to continue growing.
It's going to continue growing.
Yeah.
Right. And a testament to how good your work is, I saw the trailer with a friend of mine who said that, that thing was done from outside countries. That wasn't done by Ugandans. I was like, oh, you'll be surprised, which really shows in terms of the quality, how good it's so good that someone can't comprehend that it was actually done by Ugandans.
My hope is that one day that statement is not said because it's expected for Ugandan things to be like that, right? Yeah. Hopefully, right? But, we'll receive the compliment.
What? Yeah.
We'll receive it.
Compliment taken. And it was indirect.
By force, right?
Indirect.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, it was a backhanded compliment.
Backhanded. Like I really appreciate to hear what people who don't know anything technical have to say about our work, right?
Yeah.
I don't know, was that person technical?
They were, and because it was so good, they couldn't believe it because they're like, man, look at the texturing, look at the way the character animates, the way it drops, the way they point. That's too good. That's too good.
No. We're here done by Ugandans.
Yeah.
Actually, I worked on a project before. I came back and I was showing it around. It was, can I plug it in? Right?
Yeah.
White Collar Time. It was my final student project with a few friends of mine.
It's on YouTube.
It's on YouTube somewhere. You can check it out. And then when I was showing it around here, the things that we were getting were, but that was done by those guys out there. They kind of like discredit you, yet they don't know how integral I was on the team, right? And so now one of the things is that Kalabanda Ate My Homework is now kind of getting rid of that we're saying, no, that was actually done by a bunch of Ugandans here, right? You see, and we're just going to keep on going like that. You see.
What about the voices? Because the voices are, the characters are voiced by prominent people in our culture and society.
This is very interesting. That's a very interesting story.
Let's speak about that.
Well, you see, despite the fact, let me say, Raymond has studied film and animation. He has a degree and all that. But despite that, voice acting is something else. As in, like, that's something all of us were new to.
Yeah.
So even though we got these prominent people, and actually before we even get into prominent people, by the time we got Martha K, she was not the Range Rover girl or
this is way before.
Yeah, no, we cast a long time ago.
A year before.
No. We earlier that year. It was around in January or February.
Feb. Then
even Faith Kisa, she does books, by the way, children's books, and she's also starting to grow big, but like in terms of like her product and everything. By the time we cast her, no one also knew who she was. I think the only two people who are Salvador and Omara.
And Omara came off a random call by Salvador when we were in the studio like this. Like right now, there's like, let Omara come in. And he came in and just did.
Actually, yeah.
So, and Salvador's story is also its own story. He gets
the thing is that, to go back to the voice directing, voice directing, because the thing that we're trying to do here is the animation industry is not just the films themselves, right? There is the talent that works on them. There is the content. Then even within the making of that thing, there's a lot of stuff. There's music for film, right? There is voice acting, which are all industries that are...
Even the Foley sounds, the desk,
yes,
this and that. Yeah.
that can be jump-started by this thing. So like it's much bigger than just the clip coming out. When you look at that, that's a celebration of a collaboration of so many people who have actually produced something that encompasses all of those things, right? Like, because the voice directing, man, that was something that took me by surprise. Because when I came back, I was like, yo, I can do the animation, but I've never directed anyone's voice. Then like we started trying to understand how it's done. And so, like, getting those performances out of them is also something that we had to learn.
Because we have I think it was only Salvador that had done voice acting before, and we have not even had it yet. It's some show, but
South Africa, yeah,
some South African show. But but even with him, like directing them to get what you want, because they are our characters, and
this is the people bringing them to life.
Yeah. But they need direction in terms of, let me say, if I say, who was it? Yeah? And it's just written on a paper at the time. So you tell the guy, the line, who was it? You have to direct him in the way that it's supposed to be said. Tell him how the feel of the environment is. He's accusing the kid, of doing this. That kind of thing.
We're sculpting everything from the idea all the way to the performances, all the way to the Foley. That does sound like a desk when Okech hits, but that doesn't sound like the right desk. You understand, right? And so we say it has to change. You see, so when it changes, you're like, that sounds like the right desk. You see, and it's all about that. It's all about doing whatever it takes to get the right message of what you're trying to convey. So getting those performances, and I'm really proud of them because they did an excellent job, right? And they were patient with us because we are very. Who was it? Can you say was like this? Who was it? No. Jade with anger. Like, wow, who was it? You see, then she's like, you see like that. Then, right? And he's like, no, that's too short. Say it on, you see, right? You see, so like there's a lot of that going back and forth. They were patient with us, and I appreciate that. All of them, Faith, Martha, Omara, and someone we cannot name yet, right? And so like, yeah, that's
Which came first for you, the voicing or the animating?
Yeah, that's something we had to learn, right?
Because for me, when I did it, the voicing came first, so I could animate based on the voice.
First we finished, we were trying to animate, then we realized very quickly that you have to voice first. So we voiced, then we
direct, because everybody brings their own sort of personality. Yes. Even though we say that we're going to direct somebody, like let me use Martha, like we can say our idea of Tendo is this person not, and this is the general direction you're leading her. But then there's a way that she says a line that also there's something that she contributes. Yeah, there's something that she contributes to the animation. Actually, I think Salvador is like, you guys haven't yet seen the Kalabanda, but like the direction that he took the Kalabanda was
a direction that we had. He complemented what we had, and so it was quite like now like if I had animated the Kalabanda, we would have to literally change everything, right? So I think it's good to first do the voices first, because you never know what the actor is going to bring to the table.
Unless you're doing like ADR, like corrections, some small things where you already got the performance, but then like there was a line where we laughed in the background. Like let's say when I'm talking and then you hear this table, then you have to edit that out. And you can't edit it out, just have to get the person to come back and say the line. Say it like you did, man.
I've actually watched your thing, but not the full thing. I think I saw a trailer.
Arms of Clay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that was my, amateur approach.
Directorial debut. Please call it, we say it as it is. It's a directorial debut. It's not amateur, right?
How did your credits go? Animation by directed.
Well, and that's why I really appreciate what you guys are doing, because I know firsthand, that there's blood and sweat involved in taking on a project like this, which is why I was desperate to have you guys come in. So when is this thing coming out?
Well, we have summer. We have not put a concrete date yet, right? But it's probably towards the end of summer, which will be end of maybe. I don't want to really say any date because, man.
And for some of us who are not from outside countries, what is this summer that you speak of?
Summer. Oh, summer. By the way, we mentioned summer because we wanted to have some form of universal appeal, right?
Because we believe we don't want to limit our market. Even though we're saying Kalabanda, the way we approach our stories is that we want them to be accepted all over the world. It's that kind of thing.
Easy, accessible. I think accessible is the right word. Somebody just watches it because it's interesting. Then along the way, they find out what a Kalabanda is. But to answer your question, when is it coming out? We would say
June, July, August.
June, July, August, around.
So summer.
Yeah, summer, right.
Basically when summer was.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's just tell them when summer, June, July, August.
Yeah. That's summer. Just think then, for specific reasons that we cannot exactly.
Yeah, they're not specific. There's some specific reasons.
Are you patching up? Is it done or are you patching up?
No, we are way ahead of
schedule.
We're way ahead of what you guys have seen.
Okay.
Right? But we're not yet done yet.
Right.
But that's another kind of worms there, whereby you finish Arms of Clay tonight, tomorrow you upload it, right? We probably had the trailer finished, probably for the idea, what?
Almost a month.
For a month, then we were kind of already ahead. We're moving on. Then just fine tune here and there.
That desk
then we release it.
What? That
right?
Kind
Yeah.
of thing.
But then we're always trying to aim to be ahead of the audience.
It will be done soon enough. We'll be done before,
Well, okay, it's definitely coming out this year.
Yeah.
Right. Definitely coming
looking
out this
forward
year.
to it. Final question for you guys: if you were cast away to a desert island, and you could only take one of each, a book, a movie, and a song. The movie doesn't have to be animated; it could be anything. Which one of each would you take? I'll start with you, Robin.
A book. I would take Calvin and Hobbes. I don't know if you know Calvin and Hobbes. It's like a...
Man, you're too unique, man.
Calvin and Hobbes is
things
Google
say.
it, man. It's like a book strip that's normally in newspapers.
But we're going to say no longer at ease. Yeah?
It's like Calvin and Hobbes is cool because you'd laugh the whole time and it's so rereadable. Is that a real word?
It's a word right now.
Then you said what? Movie. Wow. A movie. Let's first go to a song.
Mm-hmm. He's a music guy.
Dedicate one.
Deads.
Let's see. A song. Well, I'm somebody who is really into music. Like, I even have an iPod on me. Yeah, like
plays guitar
with 4,000 songs, and I play guitar. So, man, choosing one song is like one of those things. Can't you make me like choose one artist?
Okay, fine. Choose an artist.
One artist to go with.
And just is your personal playlist.
I'll take Coldplay.
Coldplay.
Because they would make the desert feel cold. Yeah, bad joke. Then what movie? No,
that joke, no.
Accept
Okay.
it. It was actually
Movie.
good. Somebody out there is laughing. But movie... Dude, what movie would I take? Matilda?
I think you've just thrown a movie.
I've just thrown that there. Any movie that's rewatchable. Matilda is just
Well, for me, book, definitely the Harry Potter series. I can't choose one. I just take all of them, right? And then, movie, Harry Potter. Oh yeah, I did cheat. Okay, it's like one book, Harry Potter, but it has all of them inside it, right? Then I would go for a series. I think I would definitely go for, a movie. I can't choose a movie, right? I would rather go with a series, right? I would go with Hunter x Hunter, definitely, because it's rewatchable to me. And a song, I feel like I have very boring song choices, man.
Tell us your boring song.
Man, I am a very big Frank Sinatra, Michael Bublé fan, right? So probably if I'm to just choose, no way. If I'm to choose one song, probably I would say I've Got the World on a String by Frank Sinatra. I really like that song. Every time I hear it, I feel like it's very uplifting, right? So,
like you've got the world on the string.
Yes, it's like, oh no, goodness me. It's kind of motivating me to really do something, right? So I really like that song.
Thank you so much, guys, for taking the time to do this interview. I really appreciate it. I've learned a lot from you guys.
Thank you for having us. Yeah. Thanks for having us anyway. This time I finished it.
Any parting words for, the people listening, advice, words of wisdom, whatever, anything?
Words of wisdom. I think I should take this, Robin.
No, we're both giving words of wisdom. I know, it's a joke. It's a terrible one. I don't like it.
Man, I laugh, man. Anyway, I don't know. You go first.
Basically, always know that you can head for your dreams. For somebody like me who did business administration, I'm actually following my passion in animation and even in terms of music, because in animation thing, I'm heavily involved in the music thing. And I just feel like everybody should follow what they do, because, when you're doing your passions, it just doesn't feel like work. And, it's not impossible. For guys like us, people might think, where did these guys get Martha K. Salvador and Omar? No, it was actually, I don't know whether to say, we just went out and got them. Just take the step yourself. Just say, man, we need Salvador to be the Kalabanda. It wasn't because we cast him like before, but like, whose voice would work? Yeah? And you're like, oh, that guy's voice would work. Do you think we can get him? We're nobodies. He doesn't know us. We don't have a relative. We don't have a connection. Just found a way to get him. Tell the guy something, and you tell somebody your vision, and they get on board. Yeah, it's one of those things. Just go out and do whatever you want to do. It's not impossible. That's what I would say. Do I sound so wise now?
You wait for mine. Anyway, me, my biggest issue is mediocrity, right? And I feel like if I'm to give any message to anyone, right? I'm not saying that I'm perfect, right? But I think it's always aspire to be more, right? That's my message. It's that you should understand that sometimes it's not okay to not be okay, right? You see, because it seems like people, like I saw a big issue here, whereby someone sees something, it doesn't look that great, if they just push themselves just a little bit more, right, they would actually get something greater. We didn't want to re-edit the script that many times, right? We didn't want to do all of this stuff this many times, like refine the camera angles and all that stuff. But we had to, and we needed to, you see, right? Because we would not be able to press play on that trailer every single time and actually enjoy watching it, you see. And there's still some things here and there, right? Because perfection is not a thing. I believe that you have to just reach almost perfection, but you can't really reach it. But I think you should aspire to be more than you actually are, right? Because you have to keep on growing. We got some teammates, and we've been trying to just change their mindset, right? I think mindset is the number one. It's the biggest hurdle we have in the country, in the region. It's that we don't aspire to be more. We think it's okay for the Western animation to be better than us, right? I look at that and say, I don't think it's okay, right? And we're going to try to do whatever it takes to fix that, you see. So one day, if a person's like, was that thing done in Uganda, right? That's a better statement, right? You see, the idea of them thinking that it's always the Western thing that is our level of
ours is. We shall get there.
Yeah, by the way, you never forget, it's a marathon. It's not a marathon. Those are your white words. First prove
Okay. These are words we live by every day. Yeah. I'm sorry that we have interrupted Raymond's last words, and I'm back in, and people will hate my voice. But the words we live by every day, in order to keep, and it's why we keep on telling our team members and ourselves, like, I just go to Raymond and be like, man, Raymond, like when shots are failing and stuff and the trailer is not working out and things are not funny, like, man, marathon, not a sprint. When there's no money and what, like, man, marathon, not a sprint.
And also, like, today, like, when we met outside, like, you said, how is everything going? And the answer is one day at a time.
That's what
you see, right? Man. So, like, that's just our mindsets. And back to this, because you interrupted me, right?
You invited me to interrupt.
Oh, yeah, I did. I invited you to interrupt. Anyway, I think aspire to be more. That's what I would say. It's a very huge message. I think we will be actually pushing going forward, right? I think that there's a big need for a mindset change.
Yeah.
And what that means, it's not only about animation. It crosses across a lot of things. Just aspire to be more. It's not okay. Because when America, like what happened, I can't remember when the race to the moon, right? When, Russia announced that they're going, what did America do? They wanted to go there first, right? They feel like it's not okay. They take it personally, but we don't seem to take it personally. I feel like I take it personally that we're not as good as them, and we should do whatever it takes to actually get there. So aspire to be more. That's the message.
Oh, yeah. Very wise words from you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So where can guys find out more about you, be it on social media or website, email? How can guys get in touch with you if they want to learn more?
You want to get the specifics?
To learn more, basically, social media is the world today. If you want to find us, you can find us everywhere. Facebook, Kalabanda Ate My Homework, or Creatures. Actually, I like to say, because some people are out of our circles, so you can type in www.facebook.com/Creatures Animation. Then you'll find Creatures there. But otherwise, Kalabanda Ate My Homework on Facebook. On Instagram, we are at Kalabanda Film. No space, all lowercase. Twitter, you can follow at the Kalabanda, because you're following the Kalabanda. You see that?
Yeah, it's actually we're going to do some fun stuff with that soon.
Yeah. So. On Twitter, I skipped Creatures.
Okay.
Creatures on Twitter is at creatures_crew. What else is there?
I think that's it. We're not on Snapchat yet.
No, not on Snapchat yet. Email Creatures Animation.
They can find all that information.
Yeah, it's all on social media.
I'll put everything on your show notes page anyway. It will be businessmike.com/creatures. So all the links to all your social media and everything, including the trailer as well, you can find it on that web
the trailer
page.
is on YouTube. Just type in A Kalabanda Ate My Homework, you'll find it.
Okay. And once again, thanks a lot for coming in. All the best with Kalabanda Ate My Homework. Can't wait to see it.
Yeah.
Check out the trailer if you haven't seen it, man.
Yeah.
YouTube.
All right.
Thanks, guys. Cheers.
Thank you too. Thanks for having us.
Thanks for listening to the Business Mike podcast. I hope you enjoyed the show. If you'd like to listen to more episodes just like this one, simply go to businessmike.com. I would love to hear from you. So if you've got any questions or feedback, you can reach me on Twitter at Daudi Mugabe, on Facebook at Business Mike, or email. That's daudi@businessmike.com. Don't forget, we have a brand new episode every Monday. And until then, take care.
If you like pina coladas and getting caught in the rain, if you're not into yoga, if you have half a brain, if you like making love at midnight in the dunes of the Cape, then I'm the love that you've looked for. Write to me and escape.